Alright guys, what's going on? So, yeah, I just want to make a follow-up to the Bill Gates, I almost say Bill Clinton. Same thing, same person. Both pedophiles, both murderers. Same people. Different last name. But yeah, so I got a couple people in the comments. Or I got a few people, not a lot, but that were like, oh no, like it doesn't matter anyway because he's gonna buy himself out of it because he has so much money. He'll just buy himself. Okay, first of all, it doesn't matter. The money doesn't matter. What really matters is the trust that he has with people. And now that he's exposed, he can't buy himself out of people. He can't buy people's trust back. He can maybe buy off, people that, maybe wouldn't have exposed him before. But now that he's exposed, his money really doesn't mean shit because this is the thing too. Other people are like, oh, well, he's just a pawn and he's, I'm like, I get that. I know that. But the thing is, these people that are, part of the whole plan along with Bill Gates, they're not going to show their face. So they need Bill Gates to be the face of what's going on. And they need him. They still need the consent of people because it's part of their Illuminati pact. If they didn't, they already would have forcibly tried to make us take these damn vaccine tattoos shit, right? So they need the majority of the people to give consent. That's why they did this in the first place. The problem reaction solution, right? Oh, it's a big scary, invisible monster called a virus, and oh, well, they create it, right? They create the situation, and then, they come with the solution, and we give them, by our own free will, we give them, or we ask them to save us, and we take these damn vaccines and this fucking tattoo. But the thing that gives me hope and that makes me really excited is that there were so many comments, no matter, because that they buy bots and that they can, moderate the comments and erase comments and stuff. But there were so many negative comments that they couldn't do all that. And they still had a slew of negative comments, okay? And not just on his Instagram, but everywhere now I'm looking. Somebody sent me something of him, Ellen interviewing him, right? And Ellen, in the comment section, there were people going off on him still. Most of the comments were negative, right? Over 90% of the comments were negative. Same thing with the Marina Abramovic video. And somebody was like, oh, well, he's not with Microsoft anymore. Yeah, he's not with Microsoft. But you honestly think that he doesn't have a say and that he didn't put that together and that wasn't his idea? Just because he's technically not the CEO, people are still going to link Microsoft with him no matter where he goes. So it looks bad for him anyway. And he could technically say, oh, well, I'm not the CEO. But now, because of that, people are looking into him and they're looking at pictures of him with Marina Abramovic. I don't know. Marina Abroma vampire. She looks like a vampire, right? They're connecting this stuff. They seeing that they're hanging out. They're seeing that they know Jeffrey Epstein. Like all of these people are it's basically forcing people to research other things. And I have friends now. Because of, Bill Gates has openly come out and exposed himself and said that he wanted to vaccinate and tattoo people. I swear to God, it's like, you ever see that movie? What's that movie about the aliens that come with Will Smith, the Jeff Goldblum, Independence Day? And there's a dad in there, I think it's like Randy Quaid, and he's like, I've been saying it for 10 damn years. That's how I feel. I feel like I've been saying this shit's coming for 10 damn years, and a lot of my friends are like, oh, they're not coming after us. I was like, they're coming for the adults. They want everybody vaccinated, and they're gonna try and make everybody get it. And all my friends, like a decade ago, they were like, oh, that's crazy. That's never gonna happen. That's so stupid. You're a conspiracy theorist. Oh, you're just paranoid. Now that day is here. It's here. And guess what? Now people are starting to take some of the stuff I'm saying seriously, at least, or some of the people, right? They're like, oh, yeah, I'm like, yeah, oh, I've been trying to tell you. That's why I've been like posting shit on Facebook for like a decade, trying to wake people up to this shit because, people have a different reaction too when it's like, oh, well, the kids get the vaccines and, they need them because, they're growing. But then when they say they're coming after them, people are like, wait a minute, what? I don't want to take that stuff, And it's like, it's here, and now he's exposed himself. And he exposed himself in a way, I just interviewed John Rappaport. Please check that interview out. And I was talking to him and I was asking him, it seems like they're, they kind of, I was like, it seems like their plan was accelerated, because I think according to the plan, stuff that I read and looked into years ago, we were already supposed to be tagged with the mark by 2020. And we were already supposed to be in lockdown, and the technocratic state should have been here by 2020, according to, I think people have different figures and different estimations of when they wanted everything in place. But I was talking to John Rappaport, and I was like, it seems like they've accelerated their plan. And he goes, what he was basically saying, he was like, well, they felt they were ready, so I don't feel like they accelerated it. But I'm just like, yeah, it seems like they thought that they were ready, or they're trying to push it because for some reason it seems like they're running out of time, or like something's up, And I know, I always say this, but I know, like, according to people that leak inside of the Bilderberg meetings, they're actually like 12 years behind their plan. So, and they changed it. It was Agenda 21, but now they changed it to like Agenda 2030 or whatever. So now, they're trying to rush it. And had they not, had they been on course and not rush stuff, maybe there won't be so many people that were resisting. A lot of people already would have been dead, according to their plan. I don't know. But, I take it as a good sign, because they still, A, there are more of us than there is of them. B, not everybody has to wake up, just a good portion of the people. So there are other people that I know have been frustrated, and they're just, they've been trying to wake people up for years and years and years. And it's like, not everybody's gonna make it. Not everybody's gonna wake up. I'm sorry to tell you. And then some people, I've noticed this too. Some people are gonna wake up, but you're not gonna be the ones to wake them up. A lot of people, like your friends and family that you're close to, the people that you're closest to, most likely you're not gonna wake up, because it's just like this weird thing. Like, they're not gonna want to hear it from you. They're not gonna want to hear it from you. They're gonna, they'll probably hear it from another one of their friends or somebody else that they respect. But as long as it's coming from you, doesn't matter. Their friend or somebody that they respect can say the exact same thing, word for word, verbatim, of what you are telling them, but they still won't hear it because it's coming from you. So, the best thing you can do is just plant those seeds and move on. Don't waste time with people who are not on your level, who are not on your frequency. You don't have time. We don't have time. Okay? Do what you can. People, I'm pretty sure if you're an outspoken person and people know your ideas, they know where you stand, and they will come to you. But don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. I don't do that anymore. I used to, and I would be so frustrated. And now I'm just like, I have a friend of mine, he knows my thoughts and stuff. And right now he's coming up all over my Facebook page. And he is, trying to like argue with me. I don't have time. I'm making videos. I'm doing shit. I'm writing music. I'm doing other things. I'm not like, he doesn't want to listen. When he wants to listen, then, I'll be here for him. But he doesn't. He wants to argue. So waste like that. Those people literally, not saying they're evil, but they literally drain your energy. So you need your energy for other things. So don't even bother. All right. Whether it's your mother, your brother, your sister, your father, your boyfriend, your grandma, and if those people are really making life hard, don't associate yourself with them if you can. But what really sucks is because of this lockdown, domestic abuse is going up, because a lot of people are quarantined with people that they don't want to be quarantined with. So, you're lucky if you have a person that you're quarantined with that you love being around. But other than that, if you're not, then I feel bad for you, because that really sucks. But yeah, and then there are the people that are just like, oh, like, they're taking over. Like, I think there's good stuff and bad stuff going on. We're just at an extreme time in history. And for those people that can't see anything right, that can't see anything good coming out of this, and you just think the Illuminati has this, and you just think that, oh, they're so powerful, why don't we even try? Why don't you just kill yourself? Just kill yourself. Just be done. Just be done. Why are we trying then? Why? Why do you even try if they're so powerful? Like, people are like, oh, they're gonna kill that person, or oh, like, not everybody ends up dead, not everybody ends up broken, you know, really. You know, and either you fight back the best way you can, whether it's being an online activist or whatever, or you know, being a physical activist, doing whatever you can, or, you know, you can just roll over and die. Because if you don't do anything, then they're definitely gonna win, for sure, 100% guaranteed. Okay, so it ain't over till it's over. All right, and I've said this in some videos, but everybody watches all the videos, so I'm just gonna repeat this. But the World Health Organization had a meeting 2 months ago on vaccine safety. And they record their meetings. They record it for other members to watch. They really don't intend on the public watching them, because they don't, you know, most people don't even know about it, you know, that they have these meetings. And anyway, they were admitting that anti-vaccine people were converting people. Like, say people in the middle, right? Because basically you have people in two extremes. You have the extreme pro-vaxxers that have spent thousands of dollars on their meaningless degree, and they think it makes them smart, you know, thinks it makes them a better person. And, you know, they think anybody that, you know, questions science is the enemy, and they're staunchly like pro-vax. You have these people on that side, and then you have the anti-vaxxers who basically, you know, somebody asked me, was I vaccinated? Yeah, and I was injured. And most people that hate vaccines were injured, or their family member was injured. Okay, so you have these people, the anti-vaxxers or the ex-vaxxers or the pro-choice health, fucking anti-vaxxers. I'm an anti-vaxxer. I don't give a shit. Okay, you have these people on this side, and then you have most of the people in the middle. And they were basically saying that the anti-vaccination rate is 500 to 1. And I was talking to somebody before I saw this video, because we were talking about how we know we're being effective, but we don't really know how effective we're being, because the people like Zuckerberg and Google, they technically have all the data, where they're, you know, watching us on social media. They have all the social media data and stuff, and they can figure it out. So during this meeting, they were talking about the data and how, you know, basically somebody did an assessment of the data on social media and how fast people are converting from one side, from being, you know, maybe like in the middle to the other side. Anti-vaccine people converting middle people, 500 to 1. So for every 500 people that get converted to questioning vaccines or not wanting to get vaccinated, one person gets converted to being a pro-vaccine person. That's great. That's wonderful. That means we're winning. And I'm not, you know, it's not just vaccines, because you know how much I fucking hate them. But I thought it's hopeful for everybody, because it's probably not just vaccines. It was just at this meeting, because it was specifically focused on vaccine safety and vaccine conference and all that shit, that they were focusing on vaccines. But I would bet my bottom dollar it's not just vaccines that this is happening with. It's probably happening in other areas as well. That's why they're censoring stuff. Why are they taking down 5G videos, right? Why are they taking down other videos that, you know, that talk about politics that don't align with their agenda, right? So I'm pretty sure it's other areas too. And especially, you know, the thing about any of these, you know, rabbit holes that you go down, or once you start, you realize you've been lied to about one thing, then you're actually going to be open to other quote unquote conspiracy theories. You're going to be open to other things, you know, other things that you possibly have been lied to about. So, you know, I think it's very good news. I think that we are winning. I think, you know, people are just kind of shocked about this lockdown, but I think people are starting to get pissed off about that too. And we'll see how that plays out, because, you know, and even now, my friend was saying that she's seeing in people that aren't even conspiracy minded, you know, that they're starting to question this whole lockdown and the numbers and the data and the fact that they locked down so many people, and the fact that, you know, all the anomalies in the story, like people that even aren't that conspiracy minded are also questioning stuff. So we'll see. I'm not giving up hope. It ain't over till it's over. I mean, if we're gonna die, I might as well fight, the best way I can until we die, because we're gonna die anyway if we don't. Do you want to be a slave? You want to live as a slave? I don't want to live as a slave. These black people that are like, oh, it hurts so much to be black, and oh my God, my life is such a shambles because I'm black, and I wake up every day because I'm black. Curse the day for being black. Like those people that are just like mad that they're black. And they talk about slavery all the time and shit, but they were never slaves and they never went through Jim Crow. Like, imagine those people, like, fucking being a technocratic slave in the future. Like, those people aren't gonna make it, okay? Like, or maybe they might make good slaves because they're so scared of everything. Like, they can't even, like, fend off a microaggression, without, like, feigning. But, yeah, I just, it's either that or this is where this is going. They want us to be technocratic slaves. They want to, put 5G over the planet. I'm trying to think of a good movie. If you guys know a good movie that talks, I think AJ did one. I think it was like Police State but he isn't the only person that's did one. There's Gray State. There is, which the director was murdered, okay, or suicided. There are a few other movies that really put this together. Oh, what's that Aaron Melissa Dykes movie from True Stream Media? Is it Isolated or... Oh, I think it's Obsolete. That's a good movie that talks about it if you want a bigger picture of where these people want to take this. But I just think that it's so good, and they're probably shaking, because who else, now people are starting to turn up against Bill Gates, and he's so loved and respected, and people are turning against him. Who else are they going to get? They need a face, and they need somebody to lead the people, because these people cannot come out of the woodworks and expose who they are, because then people are going to really start questioning them and look into their past if they do, which though eventually already is happening though, because it's like, all right, so Bill Gates, talks about this chip and idea and shit, and then people are finding out, oh, he's working with Fauci, he's working with Marina Abramovich, oh, he's linked to the WHO, oh, he's linked to the CDC. But Madonna comes out, oh, what, Madonna? Madonna's giving money to Bill Gates, that's linked to the WHO, that's linked to Marina Abramovich, it's like the house that Jack built, right? This is the witch that gave the money, that to Bill, that, to buy the honey, to put in the vaccines, that, whatever. It's all going to link together. Like, the internet is the best thing and the worst thing that can happen to us, because in a lot of ways it's, making us very, it's like killing our empathy, and it's not, allowing us to connect emotionally. But on the other hand, it's allowing us to connect internationally, and it's allowing us to spread information to each other and stay in touch with friends and stuff. I mean, it has its good sides and its bad sides. But the elites wanted to make the internet basically so they can hook us and get us entrapped, to this, to basically the AI. They wanted it as a stepping stone to help us merge with the machines, and now we've used it against them. So look, a lot of this technology is neutral. Just because it's there doesn't mean that it can't be used against them. Just like they're using it trying to use it against us, we're using it against them. We're the media right now. They're spreading a lot of fake news, but most people aren't listening to those people. They buy their likes, they buy their comments. Most people do not listen to the mainstream media. No matter what Democrat or Republican, no matter what party line you are, most people, the majority of people all around the world have lost trust for the media. So we're the media, right? We're getting this news out, right? And if you believe in Q, that's fine. I hope it's real. I hope he hurries the fuck up, or she or them or they or whatever. I hope they hurry the fuck up. Okay, Q, get on it, man. But even then, I don't think it's, healthy to just trust the plan. What can you do to help forward their agenda, to help forward the good agenda? What can you do? Because if this is true, then there are lots of men and women that are putting their lives on the line, that are sacrificing, that are, fighting for the good in this world. And I believe that. And if you can believe that there's a deep state and there's dark people, but you can't believe that there are like good people that are fighting against it, I don't know, maybe I just have too high of opinion of humanity. Maybe that's just my bad, okay? But I'm just saying, don't just sit back and trust the plan. How can you wake people up online? And I think you know, if you think about it, it looks like, because I just start, my friends tell me stuff, and I'm just starting to look at the Q drops and stuff, and it just looks like they drop information and you have to research it yourself, which is good because they're not dictating to you what to think. They want people to work together and try and figure stuff out on their own, but then it gets other people researching other individuals and working together, which is great. But now, how can you, I think I'm going to start trying to talk. I have a few more interviews on the virus and coming out within the next couple of weeks. I interviewed Dr. Kaufman, I interviewed David Crow, but Dr. Kaufman, I'm going to put that up on Friday. David Crow, I'm going to put that up next week. And then afterwards, I'm probably going to start talking about the MK Ultra and the pedophilia stuff, which it's painful to talk about, but I think that people need to know more about this stuff too, because I think this stuff really is going to come out in a big way. And how can you facilitate that? How can you educate people? How can you make this news about some of the stuff that's being exposed more palatable, less traumatic for people that are going to know about this stuff? How can you educate people more about Bill Gates? How can you show them who else he's linked to? The people that want to listen. And one thing I've noticed about people that are very close-minded is that a lot of them are very insecure, because also they don't want to be seen as that weird person, that conspiracy person. But once the opinion becomes more popular, and once they're surrounded by people that they know, that know this stuff, then they'll open up and they'll change and they'll come over, right? They don't want to be, they're scared of being, they're cowards, and they're scared of being like the lone person too. And I think a lot of them kind of know deep down in their hearts that something isn't right, but they don't want to think about it. So it's just, psychologically more comfortable for them to have someone that they know, or a lot of people, because it confirms their bias or their belief or their reality, right? So the moderates will actually come over and they'll just be like, oh yeah, like I knew it all along. And then you'll be like, I told you that 20 years ago. You said I was crazy. What are you talking about? Like they probably won't even admit that you're the first person that told them. That's how it usually goes, but don't worry about it. As long as they get there, right? That's all you want, right? We all want to get on the same page as much as you can, and you also have to just accept the fact that just some people are not going to wake up, and some people will probably lose their mind after they if this information comes out in a big way and it really exposes a lot of stuff. Some people will probably, it'll fragment their personality. But this shit has to stop. Like, I'm not fucking living as a slave. I don't want kids living as slaves and shit. Fuck that. I don't want to be a fucking cyborg Delta New World Order Brave New World slave. Fuck that shit. All right, y'all, that's it. I will talk to you later. Peace, love, bye-bye. Mwah.